Unusual animal friendships that will melt your heart. In the natural world, we often think of animals as solitary creatures or species-specific social groups. However, there are many heartwarming and surprising examples of interspecies friendships that defy conventional expectations. These unusual animal friendships reveal the deep bonds that can form across species, demonstrating the power of connection, empathy, and companionship. Whether it's a lion and a dog, a dolphin and a whale, or a cat and a bird, these friendships can inspire us to see the world in a new light, celebrating the beauty of kindness and understanding even in the animal kingdom. 1. The lion and the dog, a bond beyond species. One of the most touching examples of unlikely animal friendships is the relationship between a lion named Bonedigger and a dog named Milo. Bonedigger was born at the GW Exotic Animal Park in Wynwood, Oklahoma, and suffered from a deformity in his back legs, which left him unable to walk properly. Milo, a dachshund, was brought to the park to live as a companion to the park's staff, but the bond that developed between him and Bonedigger was nothing short of extraordinary. Bonedigger, despite being a large and powerful predator, formed a close friendship with Milo. The two were inseparable, with Milo often seen resting on Bonedigger's back, sharing meals, and even playing together. This bond between a wild animal and a domestic dog challenges the notion that predators and prey cannot coexist peacefully, demonstrating that love and companionship can transcend the boundaries of the natural food chain. 2. Dolphin and Whale. Friendship. Across the ocean. The ocean is home to some of the most intelligent creatures on Earth, and among them is a surprising and heartwarming friendship between a dolphin and a whale. In 2009, researchers off the coast of the Faroe Islands observed a unique interaction between a bottlenose dolphin and a humpback whale. The two animals seemed to be engaged in a playful relationship, swimming together in harmony despite their size difference and different species. The bond between dolphins and whales is not commonly observed, as these two species typically inhabit different parts of the ocean and have different social structures. However, this particular pair defied these distinctions, with the dolphin regularly swimming in circles around the whale and even riding the whale's tail. This unusual bond not only shows the capacity for friendship between different species, but also highlights the intelligence of these marine animals and their ability to form cross-species connections. 3. Tortoise and Elephant, a surprising alliance in Africa. In the African savanna, two very different animals found a connection that was both endearing and remarkable. An elephant named Tarra and a tortoise named Bert developed a unique friendship at the elephant sanctuary in Tennessee. Tarra, a retired circus elephant, had been living at the sanctuary for years when she formed a bond with Bert, a tortoise that had been adopted by the sanctuary. Despite their vast differences in size and lifestyle, the two animals would spend hours together. Tarra would follow Bert around and even assist him in moving by gently nudging him with her trunk when Bert got tired or needed help. Their connection was so strong that the sanctuary staff noted that Tarra would even show signs of distress when Bert wasn't around. Their friendship not only highlights the emotional depth of elephants, but also reminds us of the surprising ways in which animals of different species can form meaningful relationships. 4. Koko the gorilla and her cat, a heartwarming example of empathy. Koko the gorilla, renowned for her ability to communicate using American Sign Language, had many companions during her lifetime. But one of the most notable was her relationship with a cat named Allball. Koko first met Allball when she was living at the Gorilla Foundation in California. The connection between Koko and Allball was immediate. Koko was gentle with the cat, often cradling it in her arms, signing to her caretakers that she loved the little kitten. The bond between Koko and Allball was one of mutual affection. Koko would often show signs of concern for Allball, and her caretakers reported that she was deeply affected when the cat passed away. Koko signed that she was sad and crying, demonstrating the emotional depth and capacity for empathy that animals, including gorillas, can have for other species. This heartwarming friendship between a gorilla and a cat exemplifies the power of compassion and the emotional intelligence that transcends species. 5. A dog and a leopard, unlikely pals in the wild. In a remote part of South Africa, a surprising and heartwarming relationship formed between a dog named Pobby and a leopard named Xanda. Pobby was brought to a wildlife rehabilitation center after being abandoned, and Xanda, a young leopard, was rescued after being orphaned. The staff at the center decided to house the two animals together as part of a rehabilitation program, never expecting them to form such a unique friendship. Pobby and Xanda quickly became inseparable. Despite their vast differences in size and nature, Pobby being a domestic dog and Xanda a wild carnivore, the two animals were often seen playing together, with Pobby following Xanda around and Xanda showing affection toward the dog. The staff was astounded by their bond, and it became clear that the companionship between these two animals was not just based on proximity, but on mutual affection and trust. This unusual friendship between a dog and a leopard is a testament to the unpredictable and beautiful connections that can form between animals, even those who, in the wild, might be considered adversary. It also serves as a reminder that animals are often more capable of empathy and friendship than we might expect. 6. Cat and owl, an interspecies friendship. The bond between a cat named Kunkush and an owl named Zena is one of the most unlikely pairings you could imagine. Kunkush, a domestic cat, and Zena, a barn owl, formed an extraordinary relationship in a sanctuary in the United Kingdom. They met when they were both rescued from different circumstances. Kunkush had been abandoned by her owners, while Zena was injured and unable to fly due to a broken wing. Despite being from different worlds, one a feline and the other a bird, Kunkush and Zena formed a deep bond that transcended species. They would often be seen snuggling up together, playing, and even grooming each other. Their relationship was so unique that it captured the hearts of everyone who witnessed it. It serves as a beautiful reminder of how friendship can develop in the most unexpected ways, and that love and companionship are not limited by species or appearance. 7. The penguin and the dolphin. A cross-species friendship in New Zealand. In New Zealand, a remarkable friendship developed between a penguin and a dolphin. The penguin, named Pingu, had been stranded on a beach and was rescued by a group of people. After being rehabilitated, Pingu was released back into the wild, but something extraordinary happened. He didn't want to leave. Instead, he formed a deep bond with a local dolphin named Zippy. Pingu would regularly swim alongside Zippy, and the two became an inseparable pair. Zippy would guide Pingu through the waters, and the penguin would follow him everywhere. This friendship between a penguin and a dolphin is another example of the surprising connections that can form in the wild. It challenges the conventional notion that animals of different species must remain apart, and demonstrates how animals, much like humans, are capable of forming profound relationships that defy expectations. 8. The tiger and the goat, a surprising friendship in a zoo. At the Menagerie du Jardin des Plantes in Paris, a tiger named Tarra formed an unlikely friendship with a goat named Kumbali. The two animals were housed together in the same enclosure, and despite their stark differences in size and nature, they developed a close bond. Tarra, the tiger, would often nuzzle Kumbali and engage in playful behavior with the goat. This friendship seemed to challenge the predator-prey relationship that we often assume exists between animals like tigers and goats. Instead, Tarra and Kumbali shared companionship, with Tarra often showing signs of affection and care for her smaller friend. The zoo staff noted that the bond between the two animals was one of mutual respect, and it served as a reminder of the capacity for tenderness and connection that animals are capable of, regardless of their species. 9. The horse and the goose. A heartwarming rural friendship. On a farm in the United States, a horse named Charlie and a goose named George formed an inseparable bond that warmed the hearts of everyone who visited. The two animals became best friends, spending most of their time together. Charlie would often wait for George to catch up with him as they wandered the fields together, and George would stay close to Charlie, even following him to the barn at night. Their unusual friendship was characterized by mutual affection and a sense of calm that both animals seemed to draw from one another. George, the goose, would often groom Charlie's coat, and Charlie would nuzzle George's feathers. This gentle and heartwarming friendship is a testament to the beauty of unexpected bonds, showing that even animals with very different lives and instincts can form lasting, meaningful connections. 10. The squirrel and the dog. A playful pair in the backyard. In the backyard of a family's home in the Midwest, a squirrel and a dog formed a playful and heartwarming friendship. The dog, a golden retriever named Max, had always been friendly and curious about the world around him, but when he met a young squirrel named Nutty, a special bond developed. Max and Nutty would often engage in playful games, with Max wag